Burnout is a real thing. We traded our 9 to 5 for a 24/7. And I don't even know how that happened, but I get it because we love what we're doing and then we want to do it all the time. But then the cart gets before the horse and the whole thing goes crazy. In this video, I'm going to dive into a topic that is crucial for every content creator: burnout and sustainable success. Recently, popular social media marketing expert and content creator Vanessa Lau made her return to YouTube after taking a sabbatical, a year-long sabbatical at the height of her popularity. In her recent video, Why Is No One Talking About This?, Vanessa discussed her changes that she has made and how she's approaching re-entering YouTube and social media to avoid burnout and to ensure that she's putting out quality content that she feels good about and she feels connected to. Having gone through significant burnout myself, I was actually very excited to see a popular creator such as Vanessa talking about this subject, and she doesn't just kind of talk about the obvious parts of burnout. She really goes in deep and has actionable tools that can help the next person. So now I'm going to share those with you. First, a little backstory on Vanessa. She started her channel in 2014, and not long after, maybe for her it felt like it, but she had built a 7-figure business. People, including myself, considered her the expert in growing your social media, your YouTube, your Instagram. She was everywhere. Her videos were extremely popular. She was all over YouTube and Instagram. She even spoke at Think Media's Grow with Video Live. So she was like in the thick of her success. But then February 22nd of 2023, she posted on her Instagram that she's taking an indefinite sabbatical. And poof, she was gone. Almost exactly 1 year later, she's back. On February 22nd of this year, Vanessa returned to her channel. Her first video back was, I built a 7-figure creator business and quit. Here's why. In her video, Vanessa describes how she experienced burnout and needed to step away from that online empire that she had built. And like I said, I love this video because she really broke it all the way down. Not just being tired and I ran out of ideas, although those are both like signs of burnout, but it's about a system, having a system in place that doesn't support how you naturally create, how you naturally come up with products and ideas. When you start your channel from a place of love and passion about a topic and you really want to share that, but then you don't know how to manage the energy of your creativity and the part of you that creates, which is creativity, it starts to feel like you're trying to draw blood from a turnip. For someone like me who experienced burnout and I'm now trying to revive my small channel, I was immediately energized and validated watching her video. Nurturing your creative vibe is like holding a candle on a windy day. And you really need to know as a creator how to nurture that, how to protect it, how to make it so that it grows, but then also so that it doesn't get blown out by all of our activities. Burnout is on the rise with content creators, especially small channels like mine and yours probably watching this. We're dealing with competition. Now there's multiple platforms that they're like, oh, if you're on YouTube, you got to be on TikTok. If you're on TikTok, you got to be on Instagram and LinkedIn. And I mean, it's crazy. And then not only that, you've got horizontal content and vertical content. And if you are a small channel, most likely you are working full time and you are posting, filming, editing, and all that other stuff on your free time. So nights and weekends. And I don't know how we're living life. We're squeezing it in somehow. And everyone is so busy trying to keep up with the ever-changing algorithm that they're just posting to post at this point. And I know I've been guilty of the same thing, and because you're just trying to figure it out. You're trying to navigate the waters. And nobody wants to be that creator that's just creating to create and is just adding more noise to social media. But how? How do we keep our competitive edge while also ensuring our well-being and nurturing that creative spark? Okay, first, before I get into what Vanessa talked about, I want to just sort of bring up an example from the book, The Alchemist. And if you remember, the king was talking to the shepherd boy, and he said, I want you to go into my castle, and I want you to notice all the beautiful art and the tapestries that I've collected from all over the world. So go ahead and go in there. And before he went in there, he said, wait. And he puts 2 drops of oil on a spoon, and he says, all right, don't let the oil spill from this spoon, but go ahead, go in there. So the boy goes in there, he comes out the other side, and the king says, all right, tell me what you saw. He's like, I didn't see anything. I was trying to make sure that the oil didn't spill. And the king's like, okay, go back in there. This time I really want you to like look at everything, like look at the amazing art and the handmade furnishings and all this incredible stuff that's in my castle that I handpicked over the years. Go in there and look at all that. So the shepherd boy goes back in and he looks at everything. He's crazy. He's absolutely flabbergasted. Comes out the other side. He's wild with excitement. Like, I cannot believe the beauty of what's in your castle. Like, the most incredible art and everything is so just tastefully collected, and it was amazing. And the king says, well, where's your oil? And he's like, oh, I don't know. I was just looking at everything. I was absorbing everything. And the king said, the key to success in life is to be able to notice all those beautiful things around us without losing sight of the oil on the spoon. So the tapestries and art represent our love of social media, of content creation, and the oil in the spoon represents our well-being and protecting and nurturing that creative spark. Make sure, no matter how driven you get and how excited you are for a topic, that you don't let that oil drop from the spoon. Okay, so let's get back to talking about Vanessa Lau. Let's talk about what happened during her year-long sabbatical. Well, in her first video back, she described how she just was a person. She just did things that she felt called to do, period. Not for any content creation reason, but just for the fact that she wanted to do it as a person. She let her staff go. She downgraded her Porsche to a Jeep. And most notably, she read a book called The 12-Week Year. And I'll include a link in the description below. She credits this book for changing the way she views productivity. She no longer checks her social media algorithm. So I'll get into it in a minute and what she is measuring, but she no longer measures that. Now that she's back, she's dedicated to her mental well-being and putting out content that she feels connected to, that she really genuinely wants to share with her audience. Now let's break down exactly what Vanessa does differently today versus what she did a year ago and how that can help us with smaller channels. 1, focus on one goal at a time. So she talked about how she is only going to focus on growing her YouTube channel this year. Any other postings that she does on other formats or platforms is all just because she wants to. But she's 100% putting all of her focus towards YouTube growth. 2, measure what you can control. She measures her actions. That's something she can control, and not algorithms, something she has zero control over. More on this in a minute. 3, keep things simple. Building a content machine means having a team. Having a team means you need to manage people. And so she was thinking, I'm no longer a creator, I am a manager. And if that's what you want, if your goal is to grow an online business so that you can manage a team, then great, keep going. But if your goal is to be a content creator, then you might want to manage how big you get and how complicated all your systems are. 4, productivity apps. In the video, she mentioned that she utilizes free or low-cost apps to help her be more productive as a solopreneur. She mentioned ChatGPT, Notion, and CapCut as some of the examples of apps that she uses, and I happen to use all those as well. 5, measure your self-care. This is kind of connected to the other one where I said she's not measuring her algorithm, but more than that, she's also actually measuring how well she's taking care of herself, and she's really paying attention to the feedback that she's inputting into her chart. So for instance, if she doesn't meet all of her business goals, like she wanted to post 3 videos and maybe she only posted 1 that week, instead of being like hard on herself and being like, I need to post 2 more, she kind of looks at it and goes, maybe I'm biting off more than I can chew. What's going on in my life this week? And like giving herself actual credit if she's looking at her life differently. And so, for instance, if she bit off more than she can chew, then maybe she lowers her goal for the next week until she can kind of get things back up to where she wants them, or just changing it all together. Like maybe 3 is just too much for her and where she's at in her life. So she just wants to do 1 or 2. So incorporating that feedback that you get from yourself is so important, and I love that she did that. 6, prioritize permanent content versus vanishing content. She now focuses on creating for a platform where her content lives longer, a longer shelf life. In her year that she was gone, where she did not post any videos whatsoever, she gained 20,000 subscribers to her YouTube channel and made $100,000. So obviously, like, her business was still a linkable, the link, you could go to the link, you could purchase a course or whatever, or maybe it was AdSense. I'm not sure. She didn't mention the specifics of that, but she made $100,000 and gained 20,000 subscribers by not posting anything for an entire year on YouTube. Whereas on Instagram, which she spent lots of time creating stories for everybody, and she loved it. She described it how much she loved creating stories, and it was this big creative outlet for her, and she loved the immediate gratification. On there, she lost 50,000 subscribers, and she made zero money. So, you know, it's kind of a no-brainer. Focus on where your content has longevity. 7, add your vibe to your content. So it's not just searchable content, but it's actually something that has a little bit of your personality in it. She described this as being niche proof yourself. And she's sharing more of who she is in her stories and even on screen with some of the branding or the set design. She has some things set up in the background, like me with my car. I'm telling you guys so much about myself. But no, for her, she has like things that she's interested in the background. So she's like finding more of her tribe. So it's not just about a niche, because niches come and go. Okay. Also, our natural interest in a niche might come and go. And if you are adding a little bit of your personality in each video or in your whole business as a whole, maybe on stories or reels or shorts or whatever it is, you're drawing in more people that are interested in you specifically with that information. So yes, you're going to get the searchable content, people coming to you that are looking for that specific thing that is in your title and thumbnail and all of that. But you're also keeping people that are kind of part of your tribe, your vibe tribe. And they're going to be like, I just like her. I don't know. Like, I started realizing all this stuff about my mom this year too. And like, she just posted something about how she wants to, appreciate her parents more. And that maybe for someone going through that, they might be like, yeah, me too. And like, it makes you look like a more well-rounded person. It makes people feel a little bit more connected to you. Your followers will follow you, and as you grow and change over the years. So she says, lean into it, lean into your personality, get your vibe out there, and don't just be like a robot, basically. A robot that is in a niche and trying to get people looking for a certain thing coming to you. 8, integrate unpredictability. So she was talking, oh my God, I so related to this. She was talking about this newsletter that she created and how everybody started to like it, and they all gave her feedback, and she was like, oh my God. So she's like, okay, then I'm going to do this every Sunday morning, because that's when a lot of the competitors' emails go out to their newsletter list. I'm going to do mine every Sunday morning. And she said, once she said that, it was like it was strangling her, because then it's like it wasn't coming from a place of love anymore and inspiration. It was coming from this like thing that she had to do. And she said the quality went down and she just didn't enjoy it anymore. And that happens to me all the time. Oh my God. I'm always, because I guess there's like two parts of me. There's a part of me that's like, I want to be this militant, organized person because I love it and I see the value in it. But then my spirit, which is very strong against all my, trying to not make it, whatever, but I'm so grateful that it is. It's always like, no, man, just share what you feel like sharing at the time you feel like sharing it. And like, why is that a bad thing? When you're a content creator, you're an artist. You're creating, whether it's video, something interesting, or you're sharing something of inspiration. That should not come from just like a robot-y vibe. It should come from inspiration and from a desire to share. And she used the example of like her, popular music artists. And when they release an album, you're so excited. It's not like they release albums every month. It's like, it's every so often. Just don't strangle out the vibe of who you are and what you're offering. Let there be some looseness there. I'm not saying like just completely have zero predictability, but, let it be within a range. Let people miss you. She kind of talked about that too, which is sort of connected to this. Let people miss you. Let them look for you. Let them, like maybe look into your content a little bit. She had an example from another creator on there. I definitely think you should watch her video. So even though you're watching this video, thank you very much. Please watch Vanessa's video because she obviously breaks it down so much better than me because it was her real experience. And she also has a bunch of examples I'm not including in here. So please check out her video. I'll link it below in the comment or in the description. So what are the takeaways for smaller channels? 1, recognize the symptoms of burnout. So for me, it was extreme fatigue. It was a disinterest in what I was doing. And it was, I kind of feel like I was cutting corners because I always like kind of really want to do a really good job with things. And I noticed I was like, oh, it doesn't matter. Just do it. That's not a good sign. So if you notice that you're starting to feel this way, take time off. Take a chunk of time off. Take like 2 weeks off or a month or more. Take time off and really just let yourself be a person again because you've pulled too much from the well. The well is empty. You need to reconnect with nature, reconnect with your nature, go for walks, just try to get lots of rest, spend time with friends, laugh, just be a person again, decompress. When I worked at the record label, I used to always joke with everyone there because, sometimes you get caught up in something and it feels very, very serious. And I used to always say, you guys, there's no kidney in the cooler. Let's just calm down. Like, it's not like there's a helicopter landing on the roof right now. And, that's how we were running around. And it takes on this air of seriousness. But really, if you back up from it all, it's not that serious. We're not saving lives. It's just music. And here, it's just videos. Like, it's great. It's maybe your livelihood. But if you keep approaching it like it's an emergency, you are going to burn yourself out. And number 2, draw inspiration from what Vanessa Lau shares in terms of sustainable posting practices. Strategies like focusing on growing on just one platform at a time. And she recommends YouTube, which does make sense because it has the longest shelf life, so you're getting your most bang for the buck. But obviously that depends on your content type and who your ideal audience is. So you pick that out, but just know in your mind, YouTube has the longest shelf life. Number 3, measure your overall success based on personal and professional, not just professional. 4, utilize apps. Most of them are free. You don't even have to use the paid version. I do the paid version on a couple of them, but most of them I use for free too. I'll include links below to all of the apps mentioned in this video, plus a couple more like Stan.Store if you want to host a course, a video course, or sell a digital product. The link I'll include below is 2 weeks free of your Stan.Store, and Canva free. You can do so much with Canva. So I'll include all the links to the apps that I recommend that I use below in the description. 5, think of ways that you can simplify your system. I mean, maybe you don't have a team that you have to let go, but is there anything that you're doing that is kind of repetitive or cumbersome or adding more to your to-do list that you really don't need to do? 6, niche proof your whole setup. Like, put more of your personality out there. Don't just do searchable content. Put your vibes out there. Put who you are out there. Share who you are with your audience. And you don't have to do it in your informational videos. You can do it through your reels or stories or shorts. I always forget what YouTubes are called. Shorts. So in conclusion, I encourage you to prioritize your well-being as much as you are prioritizing growing your channel, because your well-being is part of growing your channel, because you are your own channel. Not only will you avoid burnout, but you'll also put out more high quality content. And that's how you grow your channel. If you have any burnout hacks, burnout avoiding hacks, don't tell me how to get burned out. But if you have any hacks on how to avoid burning out, or hacks how to survive burnout, or sustainably posting and creating hacks, please put them in the comments, because you never know who you're helping. I learned so much from reading the comments on videos. And if you have a hack, please share that below in the comments. You never know who you're helping from almost quitting. Vanessa's new banner on her YouTube channel says, I make videos that help creators feel good, have fun, do less, and earn more. And then she crosses out more and puts enough. I love that. I don't know about you, but I will be implementing all of these strategies in my postings moving forward. I'm here for the long run. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share if you found value in this video. And be sure to hit the notification bell, because in my next video, I'm going to share with you my stats on my channel. I've had this channel for a very long time, and I am reviving it now in 2024. So I'm going to measure it and chart it. And so the next video will be what the current standings are. And then every month we'll do a check-in, and I'll show you in what ways has it grown, what techniques have I done that maybe helped it, and you can learn from my hopefully successes and not failures. So make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss when that comes out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.